So they described you as this quiet kid that turned into a hell of a fighter. Can you kind of tell us, I mean, you have that reputation as a nice, quiet person.
Yeah.
Tell us about that side of Cody.
You know, I would say just kind of how I was brought up. I was never been one to be like really out in the spotlight or anything, or get out to misbehave, because I know I'd have to answer to my mom, so they can thank my mom for that. And the transition just came from I wrestled in high school. You know, I didn't really accomplish any of my goals there. I didn't make state. I went to wrestle at William Penn for 2 years, and that didn't quite pan out for me either. And I just kind of made the transition to MMA and turned successful and got hooked up with my good buddy Chris Dunn. After college, I broke my ankle and I was out for about 6 months for testing and recovering. I came back and I met my good friend Chris Dunn. He's like a brother to me. And we go and train up in Ankeny with former UFC vet Josh Neer. He's fought all the toughest people in the world. He's fought both the Diaz brothers. He's fought the who's who of the lightweight division, the welterweight division, the UFC. So I'm getting a lot of good training out there with some top quality guys. So yeah, just it's a constant motivation to get better every day. If I can be a little bit better than yesterday, then that's all I'm aiming for.
How do you reconcile that with the person that steps in the ring?
Yeah, well, I get that a lot from people, you know, especially people that knew me back in the day when I was this like kind of little nerdy kid. But really, like, I just look at it as a sport. I don't think of it as a fight. I don't think of it any different than going out for a wrestling match. To me, it's a human chess match, and I'm just trying to outmaneuver the person ahead of me. There's a chance that one of us will get punched in the face or choked out. So I don't go in there with any bad intentions or, you know, any anger or emotions. It's just business.
It's just business.
Just business. I'll respect anybody who's willing to step into a cage and lock the door behind them and just see who the better man is. That's what I love about the sport is it's two guys go in, the winner comes out, there's no dispute. You can't blame it on anybody else. You can't say, oh, well, my teammate missed this or my coach had me do this. It's all up to you. So if you lose, that's all on you. You got to figure out what you did and come back stronger.
Well, and you've got some title defenses coming up. I think one in Burlington here pretty soon.
Yep.
So you've really been making a splash, and you're still in the amateur ranks, correct?
Yes.
Are you? Let's talk about your title defense, and then we'll talk about maybe a pro career or something.
Okay. Yeah. October 15th, I'm defending my Tru Revelation bantamweight title against Eric Ellington. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. He was a Division II NCAA national qualifier, so he's going to be the toughest test I've had so far. He's 11-1 in his amateur career. Haven't really looked at a lot of tapes, so I mean, really going into any fight, I don't really look too much into my opponent, and I just focus on what I'm doing. I won this belt back in February against another 11-1 competitor. I took him out in under a minute, and I'm looking to do the same thing in October 15th.
That doesn't intimidate you at all?
No, I love the challenge. I don't want to spend 2 months of going to work, driving to Ankeny, coming home, going to sleep, you know, missing time with my girlfriend, missing time with my family, with my friends, not being able to do what I want, eat what I want. I want it to be 2 months, go in there and have a good fight with someone who's worth all the time that I put in. I don't want to spend 30 seconds in a cage that I spent 2 months preparing for.
And so you're reaching or have reached the pinnacle area of most amateur fighters, and now it's kind of a crossroads where you'll kind of decide if you stay in that facet of the sport or if you're going to move professional. And do you have any thoughts about your next moves in MMA? Yeah,
currently I'm the number 3 ranked bantamweight amateur in the state of Iowa, and the 2 that are ranked ahead of me are actually pro now. So technically I'm the number 1 in the state. So yeah, I'm thinking about a pro turn. I got to get through this fight first. He's a legitimate opponent, and I'm focusing all my time and effort on him, and then we'll decide where I want to go from there after this fight.
And those that aren't familiar, what's the difference between being an amateur fighter and a pro fighter?
The only difference is I don't get paid for being an amateur. The only money I make is off of my ticket sales, and if I make t-shirts or anything like that, I have to make the money on my own. I can't get paid by the promoter until I turn professional. So with all the money that I'm starting to put into my career and the training and the extra gear and all that, it's getting to the point where I'm either going to have to stop doing it or turn pro and start making some money back off of it. So that's really where I'm at right now.
Boxing is a sport that went through a phase where people didn't understand why two grown men would go out and beat each other up.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel frustrated that maybe that folks don't quite understand the chess match, as you described it, that takes place between two men?
Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating, but it's gotten to the point now where most people understand it, or they have a basic knowledge of it, and they kind of get what we're doing. And the amateur scene still has a really bad reputation of just two guys that step in and just throw leather at each other until one falls. But the people that truly respect it, they understand what's going on there, and a lot of people really respect what I'm doing and how much time and effort I'm putting into this.
How have the folks in Oskaloosa treated and reacted to you?
The town of Oskaloosa is great. Everybody here has been supportive of me. People I went to high school with, people that I went to college with, the parents that have watched me grow up wrestling with their kids, or I've helped coach with their kids. I couldn't really ask for a better community than Oskaloosa to be raised in. We've gone through a lot of tough times within the last year and a half, and I just want to be a positive role model for people and just give them something positive to look at, within all the negatives that we've seen. I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me. I want to say thank you to my mom and my dad especially. My mom and my grandma, I'm sorry. I know you guys about have a heart attack every fight. I try to finish them as fast as I can for you. My girlfriend, she's been super supportive. Don't really get to see her a lot because of this, but she's 100% behind me and supports me however she can. My boy Chris, Kid Dynamite Dunn, you can get him on Facebook. He's my main training partner. We spend hours together traveling and training together. Wes Burke, he's on Facebook too. Bryce McKeever, Anthony Bacon, David McCain, all the guys at Elite Edge, and Josh Neer especially. He's really helped my game, my jits game, my stand-up game. It just really opened up my career, and I've really taken off since I got there. And Scott Kinzenbaugh and everybody here at the Ludus, they've supported me since I was 16 years old. So I can't thank them enough. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here.